Obviously, tough day. Our goal every year is to go to the NCAA tournament, and felt like we certainly did enough. It's a tough job the selection committee has, and fortunately they felt like it wasn't good enough. So we will wait for the selection show tonight for the NIT, and I'm proud of this team. This team has been great all year, and again, I thought we had a resume that stacked up with a lot of teams, and obviously they didn't. But again, they have a very tough job, and we'll do what we do here at Rutgers. We'll bounce back, and we'll make the best. We're excited about postseason play, and we'll try to make the most of our opportunities in a great tournament, the NIT.
Reminder to go on mute if you're not asking a question. We'll start off with Jerry Carino.
Steve, the selection committee chair, the one thing he said about Rutgers on TV was that he took Watt's injury into consideration. What's your reaction to that? It's really the only piece of evidence he gave on CBS just now.
Yeah, they just felt like, I guess we weren't good enough. Our resume wasn't good enough, but obviously that changed our team a little bit. But I do think we did a lot this year. They're supposed to take in consideration our entire schedule and our entire body of work. But again, they have a tough job. I don't envy them at all. And, they felt like, I guess, we didn't do enough when I kind of felt like we were right there with everyone else in the field.
Just to be clear, you'll accept an NIT bid, right, which we all expect to be forthcoming?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to try to continue playing. I want Caleb and Paul and these guys to play as many games. I don't want this season to end, obviously. This group has really been great and done a lot of great things for us, and have an opportunity maybe here. Again, I don't know what the NIT is looking like, but have maybe an opportunity to play a home game here for those guys would be very important, and think appropriate way, take advantage of postseason play. I'm not apologizing for postseason play here at Rutgers, but obviously our goal at the beginning of the year is the NCAA tournament, but we'll have to shift quickly here.
Ryan Dunleavy, New York Post.
Hey, Steve, can you hear me?
Yes, Ryan, I can hear you.
Obviously, you have a lot of heartbroken kids, so I have two questions for you. What was their reaction there in the room? As did you have a win beforehand, Steve, or were they holding their breath till that last team popped up?
Well, they were disappointed. I do know that. Every bracket kind of had them in. I'm sure they were seeing that on the phone. Disappointing. You set a goal on June 3rd. That was our first practice, to be in the NCAA tournament. And so obviously, disappointing news, but, just thankful. This group put us in a position to get an NCAA bid, and now we're going to have to just, take advantage of the NIT tournament. But yeah, they were very disappointed, obviously. It's been a great group, and we got to get them up. They're very disappointed right now.
And then secondly, Steve, big picture question as you move forward here. You obviously took care of business in your league this year, took care of business in your league last year, and last year you had to go to a first four game. This year you don't even get in. Does it make you rethink your non-conference schedule and add in tougher games so there's more room for error in case you guys err like it obviously happened here down the stretch?
We were short a game probably. We had some tough breaks too. I think more importantly is if we stayed healthy throughout the year, we were on a nice roll. But you guys can debate all those things. We're 1 point away, a tip in here. Ohio State game, obviously at Ohio State. A lot of different things. So we're one win away. Could have been in league, could have been out of league. We didn't have Paul and Caleb at the beginning of the year. We lost a few games, early. So you could look at a lot of things, and we did enough. I feel like our resume matched up with, a lot of teams. So, we were a little unlucky maybe, but, we'll look at everything like we do every year, and you guys could nitpick those kind of things. We came up a little short, and again, the selection committee has a real tough job. I understand the job that they have to do.
Aaron Brightman.
Hey, Coach, what was your message to the team after you realized you weren't in?
Aaron, after you get news like that, there's not a lot of things you could say. The guys obviously know what we've worked hard for all year and our goal for the year. So just tell them, pick your head up. We're going to have another opportunity to play, and that's a good thing. A lot of teams are putting their uniforms away. A lot of teams are done. We still get an opportunity. This has, again, been a great group, and I've loved coaching this group. So I want to coach them for as long as I can, and we're thankful we're going to be able to continue to play.
Steve Pikiell, NJ.com.
Hey, Steve, there was some thought that the Ohio State game would be considered by the committee. Do you get the sense that that did or did not happen in the end? And any information at all on that?
Steve, I don't get any information on how they make decisions or any of that. So I couldn't tell you one way or the other. You guys just told me about the Mawat Mag thing. I don't know. About those things, so I couldn't give you any information on that. Apologize.
Craig Epstein.
Hey, Steve, in your opinion, what's the main reason you think that the selection committee decided to keep you guys out of March Madness?
Yeah, I don't have any insight, guys. I wish that I did, but they just felt like our resume, I guess, wasn't worthy, and for whatever reason, and you could go to a million different things. You guys could speculate. I have no idea. I was not sitting in those rooms, and again, they have tough decisions to make. I understand that.
Brian, do you have one?
Yeah, Steve, just to be clear about the non-conference strength of schedule, it is possible to have a similar schedule that you guys had this year and throughout your tenure next year, or are you saying that?
Yeah, we'll figure out our schedule, Brian. We'll appreciate it another time. I don't think that had anything to do with today. Our numbers were as high as they've been, and they were much higher than last year. So, you got to win enough games to get in, whether it's in conference or out of conference, and obviously they felt like we didn't, okay?
Sure, and just big picture, given where you guys were in February to not making the tournament, how do you view this season as a whole?
Yeah, this is third straight postseason bid for, anytime you get postseason bids, I'm not going to apologize for that. And 19 wins, hopefully with some more to come. So, this group's been great. And, again, our goal every year is to go to the NCAA tournament and compete for a national championship. So that's what our goal is. And we didn't achieve that this year. But we did a lot of really good things. And the team continues, 19 wins more than last year. And, we did some really good things. And now we have a chance in postseason here to continue playing.
We'll take a few more. Brian, Nevelis.
Hey, Steve, when you're in a position like this and the team expects to be in the NCAA tournament, now they're not, what is your message going to be to them, and how will you get them ready and up to play in a game that, they may not want to play in at first?
Yeah, it's like any game that you got to be able to get your team up and, off the mat, and I want them to know, I played in the NIT myself as a player. We actually had a, unbelievable run when I was at University of Connecticut in 1988. It was one of the great experiences that I had in basketball. And, today they don't want to hear those things, but, tomorrow we'll get them in a room and try to make sure they understand that there's a lot of teams that have hung up their uniforms. We get a chance to keep playing as a group. And, this group has fought through a lot in the last 4 years. They fought through a lot of obstacles, and expect them to do the same here. And we'll be honored if we get an opportunity to keep playing.